people in the state's largest city. If it sounds familiar, it's a chance once again to weigh in on a tax hike. It's been one of Mayor Frank Scott's biggest goals since taking office back in 2019. In fact, this isn't the first time the proposal has actually gone before voters. In 2021, a similar sales tax failed in a special election, 62% of voters choosing against it. The so-called penny tax would have raised the current rate in the city from 9% to 9.625%, and it would have gone towards parks, education, and the zoo. So you fast forward to 2023, and Mayor Scott has worked to rally support for an increase, trying again. After several community meetings, he is again bringing this one up, this time in a general election. And that brings us to today. So what does the mayor's plan look like this time around? If passed, the proposed 1% sales tax will generate $65 million, according to his figures. He plans to aim it towards providing what he calls the 4 Ps: public safety, public infrastructure, parks and recreation, and the port, which is basically economic development. But a big thing to note about this proposal is that the 1% is actually made up of 2 separate increases, and that's how it'll show up on your ballot. You'll see those 2 different questions. The first is for a 3/8-cent sales tax that would take effect April 1st. It would go towards what's called the general operational purposes part of the budget. The second would also take effect April 1st. It's 5/8 cents. It would go towards general capital purposes, and it expires in 10 years. Together, the 2 taxes, we've done the math, they equal 1%. The 3/8 tax, though, would stick around, while the 5/8 cents tax technically would sunset in 2035 if they don't vote for it again. But this time around, the mayor is using the groups who would benefit the most, that he thinks, from the tax increase to help spread his message. Over the last several months, he's held press conferences about each of those 4 Ps and how the money would specifically help those areas. The most recent one happening just a couple of days ago. Friday, union leaders from the city's police officers and firefighters announced their support for the tax, with the president of the firefighters union saying he's looking forward to a new building, a fire station out near Robinson, as well as new fire trucks, renovations to their current facilities. Police said they would love the money to fund new patrol cars, technology upgrades, and they've got that fancy new real-time crime center and their crime response efforts.
Having a better fleet on the road, having better technology, not only protects the officers, but it protects the citizens and allows us to give a better quality of service to the citizens of Little Rock.
But it's a tax hike. So just like in 2021, not everybody is on board with paying more taxes. The economy's a little bit different, but this time around, a group called the Arkansas Community Organization, they are left-leaning. They are against it, along with Citizens for an Affordable Little Rock. They are backed by Republicans. The concerns are echoed by Little Rock resident Christian Olson, who questions the benefits of the tax coming as we still struggle with inflation.
We think this is a terrible time to add to the cost of living. I know when I take my boys to go get a bite to eat, and I look at the tax and the price, it kind of floors me, makes me a little sick each time.
Now, we should also note that Mayor Scott has unanimous support this time around from the city's board of directors. He didn't have everybody on board in 2021. We know we just threw a whole lot at you, including a lot of numbers. Elections like this are rarely easy to understand in a short amount of time. That's why we've got an in-depth explainer on the Little Rock sales tax right now. It's at the top of THV11.com. In it, you'll find a breakdown of where the money raised from the increase would supposedly go.